Most habits come with a timeline. You start something, and almost immediately there's an expectation attached to it. How fast is it working? What am I getting out of this? Is this worth continuing? Even something as quiet as journaling gets pulled into that mindset. You write for a few days, maybe a few weeks, and then a question begins to form. Is this doing anything for me? It's a reasonable question if you ask me. We're used to measuring progress, steps walked, hours worked, goals completed. But this practice doesn't really respond to that kind of measurement because it isn't built to rush you. Journaling is not meant for that. And that can feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. There's no visible milestone here, no clear point where you can say, now I've figured something out. Some days the page feels full, other days it feels like you just moved words around. And yet something keeps bringing you back. It's not urgency, it's something very quieter. Because this isn't a habit that pushes you forward, it's the one that stays with you. And over time, that creates a different kind of movement. You begin to notice things you wouldn't have paused for before, a reaction that lingers a little longer, a thought you choose not to ignore this time. Not because you are trying harder, but because you've been giving yourself a place to return to. That changes how you move through your own life. You're not constantly trying to get somewhere else. You're a little more willing to stay where you are, long enough to actually see it. And that's where reading begins to connect with this, because certain books don't rush you either. They don't simplify things for you. They don't move quickly towards conclusion. They stay inside a moment, inside a thought, inside a question that isn't easy to answer. And when you spend time with writing like that, your own writing starts to shift. You don't feel the same pressure to arrive somewhere. You don't need every page to produce clarity. You begin to understand that some thoughts need time. Some feelings don't open up immediately. And instead of pushing through that, you start to work with it. This is where prompts or even a single line from something you've read begins to matter in a quiet way. Not as instructions, not as something you have to follow perfectly, but as a place to begin. Just a starting point when you don't feel like beginning. Because the hardest part isn't writing, it's entering your own thoughts without forcing them. Sometimes you need something external to soften that entry. A question that doesn't demand an answer, a sentence that stays with you long enough to respond to. Not to speed things up, just to make starting feel possible again. If you've ever noticed yourself avoiding the page, even when you know it helps, you'll understand this. It's not resistance to writing, it's resistance to the pressure that comes with it. The expectation to understand, to improve, to move forward. But what if writing didn't ask that from you? What if it didn't rush you at all? What if it simply gave you a place where you could stay with your thoughts without needing to change them immediately? That changes the relationship completely. So don't ask yourself, is this helping me fast enough? Don't look into that. Just ask, what happens when I stop trying to use writing to get somewhere and just let it stay with me? Just notice it the next time you write. What happens? The moments where you feel the urge to speed things up, to reach a conclusion, and instead pause there. Let the page hold you at that pace, because not everything that matters in your life is meant to move quickly. Some things become clear only when you stop rushing towards them. And this practice, quietly, over time, teaches you how to do exactly that.